To just define investment a little bit broader, it's more than just national, local, or foreign direct investment of equity, of finance. Investment also includes business connections, ways in which we could integrate, if you will, the know-how from the developed world to the target countries where tourism investment makes a lot of good sense. When I first started in Venezuela, I was showing investment groups, mainly from the United States and Canada, wonderful places for tourism to be developed, and I wasn't getting anywhere. And all of a sudden, on my second investment mission, the light came on, and I said, you know, I've been going the wrong way. I have to show these investors why Venezuela is a great place to visit. So rather than showing them property, we began taking them to places like Cavac, you know, in the Amazon jungle, Los Roques, an archipelago. We took them to the Andes, and then we brought them back into Venezuela, and we actually had conferences with, at that time, President Carlos Andres Perez, and that worked. I've worked a lot with public-private partnerships, build, operate, transfer systems. Lately, I've been working extensively with national parks and cultural heritage sites to introduce private investment into the public operations of those facilities through long-term concession policies. And the linkages are so important, linkages with agriculture, with other parts of the supply chain. And if we do that effectively, we could reduce leakages and keep more money, more resources within the country. There's also a very interesting benchmarking tool by Anholt. You could actually see how your country or your city is performing against comparable cities or countries. We're seeing it like in El Salvador, active promotion programs to get El Salvadorian diaspora residents, let's say in the United States, to invest in second home residence in El Salvador, with some programs including even aggregating these second homes into rental pools as new tourism offers. Now, the countries with the largest diaspora in OECD, or the highly developed countries, you can see listed there, but I would point out that India is the #1 in the world. They receive $25 billion a year. Second is Mexico, about $24.5 billion. Essentially, this is the challenge. How do we reach out to the 4 billion people in the world who are classified as poor? How can we find ways in which modern multinational companies could develop supply chains of small and even micro enterprises so that the poor can become viable markets for the future? It's going to take a lot of transformation, but already we're beginning to see some positive results in this area. And I would also point out that as you get into the poorer areas of the world, the informal economy may represent 40 to 60% of all of the activity. So there is something happening out there. It's just that we don't record it very easily. And a lot location, location, location. I really think the new mantra is more on networking, you know, partnerships, alliances. I'm going to talk about a couple. We have formed in the United States the Global Sustainable Tourism Alliance. And you also have to broaden, in my judgment, the range of investment sources. I've just given you several, the diaspora, the poor, and also even consumers as investors. You know, we're seeing today, Carlos works for RCI. You know, if you will, the timeshare industry is still booming, you know, worldwide. Most of the major hotel resorts we're seeing going into Florida, Hawaii, even in Dubai, are condo hotels. These are consumers who are actually buying the unit. They're using it for their personal use, and then they're putting the rest into a rental pool. Lots of potential.